What's up, YouTubers? This is Dirk coming at you with a garage light video. I'm going to be putting those over there. They're currently on the ground right now in the box. These are from Amazon. Barrina LED tube light fixture. These are 8 feet. All right, I'm going to have to be creative today with the tripod because I got my laser on my good tripod. I just lay it out on the floor first, so I would recommend you just put it on the floor. Again, these are 8-footers to be able to see about how much room you'll need. In this case, right where I'm at, okay, that's going to be just past the light. We just moved in, our painters painted that. I'm going to be pulling that piece of paper out. So from this point, you want to use your laser. I have lights off because it's a little bit easier to see the actual laser when they're off. Now, I obviously can't go through the garage door opener bracing, and the reason it's blinking is because it's quite high. It's telling me that it's not down level, but the line, if you were to just kind of move it, there you go, you could see that the line is, if you were to just move it, you could see that the line is level. I'm just pulling it back. That's pretty close, actually, as long as I'm back to there. But the reason you'll see I want it to be at least probably back to there, maybe even a little higher. So I'm gonna leave it like that. But the nice thing is I still have a transfer on the ground. And what we're gonna do, I know it'll be difficult to see what I'm looking at, but you remember the lights on the ground. With that laser beam going across the floor, you could simply take a tape measure and go from the edge of your wall 78.5, and then figure out where just a second reference point is. Well, about 78. That's a difference of about this much. It doesn't really matter to me that over here in this corner, it comes out a little bit more. To the naked eye, you won't really be able to tell. I really like these magnetic wrist bracelet. I don't even know what it's called, but it's a little Velcro bracelet that keeps all the screws together on there. Let me walk up and show you kind of how I do this. We're going to go quickly here. I'm reaching over my trailer on the camera. I know it's not focused, but I don't want to touch it. It'll knock it off. Just put the screw on, slide the collar up a little bit, and then take the bracket, which is clearly going on the ceiling in that direction or not that direction, and putting it down on top of there. And now what I'll do is line it up just like this, but pretending I'm on the ladder, boom, squish it into the ceiling and go. You don't need any more than one screw. So I know the end of my light is about right here. Okay, so the brackets, I choose to do 5 brackets per light. End, middle, end, and then 2 in between on the 5th of each side. So I'm 6'4". You might have to get a taller ladder if you have a really tall garage like this, but definitely watch your head. So I know, again, the end of my light is about right here. So anywhere about right here will be fine for putting it up. Slide that collar down, and then I could see it a little bit more. Again, I wouldn't worry at all about trying to find studs. I did that on my very first one. And what an epic waste of time, because you literally would have to pull it, like do a pull-up on there just to get the dumb thing to fall off. They're built really well. Okay, again, taking a screw out, slide that collar up, put the screw in, orient it the way it should be. Just pokes out just barely enough to get stuck into the ceiling. And then I know the end of the light's about there, so really anywhere. Wait for it to stop blinking. Okay. And then just orient it, obviously perpendicular to the laser. So 2 down, 3 to go. If you don't have a laser and you want to just measure out from the wall X amount of inches, and snap a chalk line or get a ruler a level, a piece of wood, something that acts as a big line, you could do that too, but as you can see, that was really fast. And then I can visually make sure the laser goes through the head of every screw, which it does. And these lights have a little protective wrap on them. Okay. Okay, so let's show you a close-up here. Each side of the lights have that plug. What I do though, before I put it up, right, it's just easy, everything's easier on the ground. This is the connector cord that goes between the two lights. Just insert it in all the way, and then I know it'll be that much easier once I put it up. Eyeball it and say, yeah, that's about right. If you wanted to cheat and put your light that far down, you could, but I personally don't want it that close to the garage. And the entire time your garage door's up, it's blocking this light, but that's why I have two of them. And when your garage doors are closed at night, it's really bright. These are amazing. So I'm just gonna split the difference and put this one literally right here in the middle because I'm not anticipating a great need for light all the way over there. I start by putting, if it's up on the ceiling, I'll call this the far side and this the near side. So I start by putting the far side in and rolling it up. So I'll put the far side of the light into the far side of the clips and then try to pop it up. Okay, that's about where I want it. Okay, and then you just push up. So the advantage of a laser, I do need to go over there. You'll be able to clearly see, don't push on the plastic so hard, but pinch your fingers around onto the metal and then push it up into the ceiling. I can see that it's clearly gone up. It's just that last one. I obviously can't reach that far, so just a quick climb. There you go. All right, so from this point, right, I can roughly try to measure to see about where to put the other one. So grab that now. So with the laser, you'll be able to see that you want the light to be about right there, but don't do it right on the edge. I'm gonna stop the video and make sure you can actually see me here, but don't do it right on the edge because it'll be like too tight. When you go to plug it in, you might unplug the other side. So and that's why we put extras on the top. Okay. Just gonna double check it. Perfect, because obviously when you clip the light in, you can leave a little bit of room. You might need to move your laser back or tilt it back up. In my case, I'm just gonna put in like 3 of them and then move the laser back so I have at least a couple reference points to move it back. If you only have one reference point right here when you go to move it back, you could be off. So give yourself at least 2, right? But if you can, a couple more and then we'll go. I'm gonna make sure you could actually see that. Totally missed everything I did. I like to just grab the cord, the other end of the cord, and kind of eyeball it where it needs to be. Start the first one because when you clip the light in, the edge of the light is gonna be past this clip. It's not right on it. You can see the laser stops there. It's gonna need to go further, but what I'm gonna do is leave it right there and give myself a second and a third reference point right at the tip of the laser. So when I move the laser back, I can align it. Call that close enough. So again, put the light on the ground, exactly where, not exactly, excuse me, pretty close to where it's gonna be. It's pretty close. Okay, and then I know my end point, luckily, is not over the trailer. That's what I was concerned about. It's a lot easier to plug it in now. fully seated. Oh, I got my ladder way too close. Okay, same process. I'm only gonna be able to get 2. See, there's only 2 and it's still perfectly held up, and it didn't go in as easy as the first one because remember the lines were just slightly off enough, but my gosh, it's close enough. Oh, I hope I left enough room. We're all about to learn together if I'm a moron. I have this much room. I think I'll have to move it because I've got to go all the way down to the end of that one from that plug. But let's see. So it's just one of these that plugs into a light socket, but it has 3 holes. And the light switch is turned off. No biggie. And then these have a little on-off switch. Oh, that's actually gonna be really close. Okay. Oh, baby. I don't necessarily like the kink in the end of the cord, so I'm just gonna hammer it forward a tad so it's not. No, that's fine, Matt, my gosh. Oh, that's bright right in your face. So, as you can see, you can turn it off and on. Okay, so you probably couldn't see, but I was willing to hammer that end closer down the line if it didn't fit, and then I'll just adhere that to the ceiling. So, I just put in, right, we've got these 4, and now these other 6, and you can see what I'm talking about with the slack in the line, just push it up, but clearly I'm waiting till I finish. But I still have 2 more lights. I'm kind of stand near the corner here. This is an incredible amount of light. Really, really nice. So if you ever get these lights or something like it, take advantage of a laser line, which will then allow you to make a very straight line all the way across. And that's it. Have fun.